What is up guys, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, as always, please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and also press that notifications button so that you always get notified when a new video comes out so you don't miss any of the incredible content I've got coming up. Alright, so you might wonder why is it dark outside, and that's because it's quite early in the morning. It's about 6, I got up at about 5, and the reason for that is because this is going to be the start of a few-part series of my journey to go see my girlfriend in El Paso, Texas. So I'm going to Mexico this morning. I haven't seen Gabby in about 8 months, and this has been a massive deal to try and get organised. We've had it cancelled, the whole trip cancelled twice. It's a bit of a nightmare, and the reason, I mentioned in a previous video, we have to go through Mexico, so the United States isn't letting anyone in that's in Europe for the past 2 weeks, so I have to go to Mexico for 14 days before they'll let me in. So that's the adventure that's going to be happening. I've got about 4 flights. It's going to be Newcastle to Palma, Palma to Madrid, Madrid to Mexico, and Mexico to Cancun. It's going to take me till about mid-morning tomorrow to get there. So I'm excited. The next video is going to be exploring Mexico, so that'll be like part 2. I'm not sure quite how many parts there's going to be yet, but from now on there's going to be exciting stuff. So say goodbye to this place because this is the last time you're going to see it for a while, and all that's left to say is let's get on with the video and enjoy part 1 of my travels across the world. Guys, I've arrived in Mallorca. The weather is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. It makes a nice change from that cold, rainy weather that we've been having over the past few days in England. Honestly, I wish I could just stay here, really. It's close and it's gorgeous. And just looking over as we came into land, like the whole island is just beautiful with beaches all around. I wish I could just stay here, but unfortunately it's in Europe, so that wouldn't count. So, and I'm sure Mexico's still beautiful anyway. So anyway, I've got 4 hours here, or about 4.5 hours layover before I get my next flight, Madrid in Spain. It's only like an hour and a half flight. So I'm gonna spend a bit of time in the sun and then entertain myself for the next 4 hours. Crazy. I forgot how sweaty I get when it's hot weather. I forgot. Well, I got the wrong. When I collect your luggage, I got the wrong belt. So I went forward to the end, and it's number 18, and I went to 1 because I thought it was hidden somewhere, and I had to go that way. Left my carrier bag down there. Came back, realised it was back there. So did all these laps, and then with the big suitcase, and then I was dripping by the end. I've got another 3 flights to do, which takes me another 24 hours or so I won't be having a shower or anything until, or change of clothes or a clean up of any kind until like tomorrow, and I already stink and I'm just wet, so not ideal. I've actually been learning Spanish for quite a while now. However, it's one thing to practice it at home in the comfort of your own environment, and it's a different thing to use it practically in a Spanish environment. I have since learned that I'm much better at speaking Spanish than I am at understanding it. And this was quite a realization, as I had exactly what I knew I wanted to say in my head lined up, and I was ready. Walked over to the woman, asked her in Spanish, sounded perfect. And then she realised I was Spanish, and I realised my error because she replied in Spanish. I had no idea what she said. I said great, and then walked in the opposite direction. Flight número 2. It's quite a responsibility. I'm currently waiting in Terminal 4 of Madrid International Airport because check-in is not open yet and doesn't open for another hour, so I'm just sat here waiting. The flight was good, it was only an hour, it was a quick one, and I've got a 5-hour layover here, which is why it's not open, because I'm super early. I'm through security, and now it's time to get some food. My Spanish is definitely getting better. Having some actual conversations with the security people now. Well, they talk at me and I nod. Alright, it's been about 4 hours since I don't know, arrived, sat down. I've kind of lost track of time now, and I stink horribly. Obviously you can see it is dark outside because it is 10 past 10 at night, and the gate is about to open in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to make my way over there, try and have a stretch, maybe wash my face, and then start this 11-hour fantastically long trip to Mexico all through the night. I'm walking to the gate. I booked my last flight from Mexico to Cancun about like 15 minutes ago, because when I was booking through a third-party agency the entire trip, it kept getting cancelled. Got cancelled twice because of that last flight, because that single last flight kept getting cancelled, so the entire trip kept getting cancelled, which is why I just booked a the flights up until Mexico, so then when I got nearer the time I could book from Mexico to Cancun, which is what I've done. So I've just done that about 15 minutes ago, and I'm quite looking forward to the flight. To be fair, I'm going to get some editing on this video done, watch some films, and then hopefully I'll have an entire row free, because there's not going to be a lot of people on the flight because of social distancing. So hopefully I'll get the whole row free and I'll be able to sleep like an it's a bed. Started making a bed. Okay, update. So that was an eventful last half hour. I had the 11-hour flight. It went super quick, it was really comfy. I turned my 3 chairs into a bed. So I slept most of it. I was only awake for like 2 or 3 hours, and I just watched a film. So that was really comfortable. What I didn't realise is the flight that I told you about just not too long ago for you guys, that I just booked has just been cancelled, which is an absolute nightmare because of some tropical storm or something dangerous weather, from here to Cancun, which is a struggle. So I was already panicking when I got my 4G and I got my emails through with that. Then I came down and got pulled up on security. Well, I had to go through and fill out my details, which took a while for like the visa, immigration, and then my bag had to get double checked through when I took it off the belt, because apparently, I don't know, some dog pulled up on it. Apparently it smells of drugs or something. But they checked it and I'm all fine for that. And I just got an email from Aeromexico saying that they've changed my flight to 9 o'clock. So hopefully I won't have to do anything. I'll just get on that one and I'll just rearrange my airport transfer. But it looks like it's been rearranged, and I'll just really keep my fingers crossed that it's not going to get cancelled in the next few hours. I've got about 4 hours until that flight, so I'm going to go check in and hopefully they let me check in. And they're not like, yeah, this one's cancelled as well. But yeah, so I went to check in for Aeromexico flight. I did the on-screen check-in, said there was a big problem, so I was like, oh no, this one's not cancelled as well, is it? It gave me a thing to go to the counter, went to the counter, waited in line for a while, but it was a really slow line, so another woman came and got me, and a load of people behind me moved me to another counter, and I've got my boarding pass. So, I mean, it's looking like the flight is delayed like by 2 hours, so it's 11 o'clock when I should have been going at 9, and my flight before that was at 7. So, I mean, it's a bit of a mess, but as long as it gets me there, honestly. So no, this is a lot of talking from me at the moment, but a lot's going on, so I kind of can't not. Just got through security, properly checked my ticket, seen that it's not for 11, it's for like 10 past 12, boarding is at like 10 past 11. What was originally a 2-hour layover is now over 6. I forgot to vlog it at the time, but I just had an amazing meal from one of the restaurants nearby. What was it? It was like a sandwich, 3-layer sandwich with avocado, lettuce, onions, cheese and chicken, grilled chicken. It's a bit healthy, but like maybe other than the cheese. It was like really nice. I'll put a picture of it. And I'm still not sure if it's going to get cancelled or not, so like the past few hours have just been stressful because I've just been sat kind of waiting to hear bad news. But yeah, not the most enjoyable morning, but especially since I lost my ticket, which was absolute nightmare. Still don't know where it went. Had to go get a new one, but that was fine. The guy was really nice, and luckily I spoke in Spanish to be able to get by with that. And then what else? Oh yeah, the ATMs will declined all of my cards, so I can't take out any money. This has already been in the past few months a massive stress to organise, and clearly the stress doesn't stop when you actually end up doing the trip. So I'm just hoping that once I get to Cancun, it kind of just, you know, that's the end of the hard part and it'll all be worth it. So after waiting for ages because the flight had been delayed, it's now got cancelled, and we've said there's been a replacement flight, which is at another gate across the airport. So we're currently running to get that one now. On top of that, in my stress and worriedness, I just walked into the women's bathroom. Okay, I've got here, but this one's delayed too, so we'll see what happens with that. Some time has passed and it is now been changed to 1:30 flight, which is not too bad. It's 12:43 now, so I've got a little, I mean, it's not too long of a wait. I just really hope the same process doesn't happen and this gets cancelled as well, because that'll mean, like, I can't even remember how many cancellations now. It's just getting a bit ridiculous. I can't be bothered anymore. I just want to get there and get settled. So, update, they're not cancelling flights anymore, they're just pushing it back over and over again, and now all the flights to Cancun are cancelled. They're just as I said, they're just pushing it back, so every half an hour it goes back another half hour and another half hour. They've said because of the hurricane, there's a hurricane in Cancun, but it's moving to the Mexican Gulf, so we will definitely be flying out today. We just don't know what time it is, so now it's just a waiting game to see how long we're going to be sat here. And obviously there's no B-roll for me to film because there's nothing going on, so it's just me, clip after clip of me talking at the moment, so hope you're enjoying. Well, the beginning of this trip is quickly turning into a nightmare. We've just got the go-ahead that it's been cancelled for the last and final time, and all flights going to Cancun for the rest of today are all cancelled as well, so that means I need to go pick up my luggage from back where I dropped it off on a conveyor belt, then book a new flight and stay in a hotel overnight now and hope that my accommodation in Cancun doesn't just like cancel my stay because I didn't turn up today. Basically what's happened is they cancelled my flight full stop, and they cancelled all the flights to Cancun for the rest of the today and the beginning of tomorrow. So it's been an absolute mess. They threw me around back and forth trying to find because I had to go collect my luggage from where I've dropped it off in the first place to go on the flight, and I was sweating and running around because they told me I only had 10 minutes to get it, and I actually had more, and I couldn't find the exit because it was like 3 floors down in a little corridor. It just wasn't helpful at all. So yeah, it's been a mess. I stink. I'm horrible. But what they've done is really good. They've rebooked my flight for tomorrow at 12:20, and they've also paid for my hotel, meals, and taxi, which is really great of them. Aeromexico, shout out to them for cleaning up their own mess. Well, it's not a mess they made, it's the mess of the hurricane, really. So what I'm going to do, guys, is it's already a really long video because I didn't expect it to have this much content for everything to go wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up here for this video, and then the next video is going to start like right now, so it's not going to be another day, it's going to start right now. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and watching me go through pain, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below with your thoughts on this phase 1 journey, and I'll catch you in the next one.